if you want to lead, there should be someone to follow. If there is a team to be followed, if there is someone to be followed by a team, he or she should have that kind of qualities and traits with him. There's a group. If I walk away with my own belongings, I, myself, my house, my team, myself, then the other people will remain in the other side. Instead of I say, I myself, I would say, come, be ourselves, let us go, get and grow together. There's a difference. I would say, as in the tagline, if you want to become a leader, the first thing what we want to achieve, remove that I from our thoughts, bring in we. When that I is getting replaced with we, that means the togetherness, ambience will come. There is no difference between me and you. When I say we work together. When we are all together, we can control each other. And I can lead you as a leader. Okay.
Guests can also participate.
Yeah, for the guests, I prepared recently some new topics. It is a request from Toastmasters because we don't have to use much difficult for the guest. So anybody interested, you can come.
Everybody.
Very. Yeah, there is enough time for us.
Which time is it?
Yeah, I will give you a small sample. Srinidhi. Okay, thank you for Srinidhi. Nothing very simple subject. I will read out. If you had only 24 hours to live, what would you do? If you have only 24 hours to live, imagine. What would you do? Our guest, Srinidhi.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Indeed, one of the best topic I got. I have only 24 hours. In fact, no one knows what time to get. Maybe 24 hours is more or 24 hours is less in life. But it is very difficult to plan what we do in 24 hours, but sometimes the situation will be like that, wherein which we have to have something planned to achieve what is best. So, if 24 hours is only left, only thing what we can do is spend the valuable time with families and take the good memories what we have and enjoy our 24 hours of time rather than thinking too much. But as I said, life is very sensitive as well as very tricky. So enjoy life and be good and do good for others, and 24 hours is more than sufficient to have a valuable time. Thank you very much.
And just a comment for our guests. See, after getting the subject, you have got 30 seconds to think of it. Yes. You can always prepare for 30 seconds. Okay? And try to speak until you see the green light. Okay, to qualify. Okay, but don't exceed the red line. Once you see the red, then you get only 30 more seconds to finish. Okay, so keep that in mind. You get 30 seconds to prepare. Whatever be the subject, be calm and think of it for 30 seconds, then you start. And please try to talk minimum until you see the green light. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Srinidhi.
So please, those who want to try can.
Now let me go from the other side.
I think that's it, Professor.
Toastmasters.
There's nothing. Sorry, you are to speak then.
When this is an image, we can explain about this.
So last week.
If you are interested, you can change. No problem. No. Yeah. No, sorry, this one is something related to politics. You can. Toastmasters. Your subject is setting goal is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. Setting goal is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. I think you got.
Toastmaster of the evening, favorite Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, a warm good evening to you all.
Good evening.
The topic which I got today is setting up the goal is a key thing to make from invisible to visible actually. So as we all know, like for anything to be very successful, we should have a plan. Plan in the sense there should be a goal. The goal, and there will be a roadmap to reach the goal also. So until and unless we have a specific goal, there is no success. So as I think I just remember like a few weeks back, I think we had a session with DTM PO. The topic was mainly to set up a goal. Without any goal, I think I'm right, or something on related to goal actually. So say anything like if it is for education, if it is for a job, or if it is for a family thing, or any financial planning, or any business planning, anything, the goal is a must. Without a goal, anything, if anybody does anything, that will not reach anywhere actually. It will may divert from the starting point to any other point before reaching the destination. So I strongly believe in setting up goal, even not only for your personal things, even for your job as well as the career, education, like to be successful. And the goal also we can be defined into like a short-term goal as well as a long-term goal. So everybody must have these two types of goal for a very successful. So that makes which we cannot see like the invisible things to make it visible. The goal will make it a success actually. How do you tell?
I think Toastmasters can speak 1 hour for this subject. There was another person interested. Simple or tough subjects. You can come. Yes, simple subjects also I have.
You are going to 2 times, or can I try again?
But Aman. Okay, thank you. Aman. Okay, I'm giving you a simple suggestion. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? Means, if you get a superpower, what do you do?
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
If I get a superpower, like healing, like a memory, I will go to hospital, give my kidney, and it will heal again. Give my kidney again. Then will heal again. That's all. That's all.
There are a lot of things you can see.
Yeah, try to say continuously the green light, so just think of it.
And then
How about heart?
so it will also heal. So no problem. Can donate everything that I want and make money.
You are willing to donate how many hearts of yours?
It's up to time. It takes
He's
time.
rotating every day, yeah.
Everything, anything. Rotate again, then again, then again.
So you're not dying.
Yeah, no
You are
time.
superpower.
Superpower. Thank you.
Now from this side. Okay. Then you can write for them.
Note that.
Wow. Wow.
Don't drink.
Toastmaster current drive. Your subject is one of the. You can do what I cannot do. I can do what you cannot do. Together we can do great things. I repeat, you can do what I cannot do. I can do what you cannot do. Together we can do great things. Okay.
Table Topics Master, distinguished guests, fellow Toastmasters, good evening.
Good evening.
This is an ideal slogan for a team. What it says is, we all have our strengths and weaknesses. So, as a team, what we should do is take the strength of your fellow colleagues, take your strength, and try to achieve what you plan to achieve. Because every human being has strength and weakness. I am not talented in everything. I may have some very strong points, I may have some very weak points, which I have. I am not very sound technically, but I am good as a manager. But I need somebody who is very good technically. For example, if I have to give a presentation, I have to prepare something on the computer. I'm not very good at it. I cannot do it. So I need somebody who can do it. So what I can do, he cannot, what he can do, I can. I have the vision, I know what I want to present, which he may not have because of being from a different field or because of lack of experience. But what he has, the knowledge of the computer, I cannot have. Like working out simple graphs, simple pie chart, things like that, it just doesn't come to me. So there's no point in trying something which I cannot do. Why not let someone who can do it for me? So that as a team, the product I have is something which is ideal, something which is presentable, something which will be a very effective presentation for me. So in every respect, I think to work as a team, what we should do is take the strength of your colleagues and mix it with your strength and then come out with a product which is the best product.
Was well spoken. You know who said these words? Who said these words? Mother Teresa.
Sorry.
Now Prannoy, before Mother Teresa. So from this side now, the big light. Anybody? Okay, come.
Yeah, you also.
Junaid. I'm going to ask you a simple question, or which is usually we are saying in interview. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Junaid. My hobbies are reading books and reading newspapers and reading all the current affairs and all. And I like to do a lot of things like watching documentaries or watching informative stuff and all. So, I also like to read, I also like to draw sometimes and play sports, especially badminton. And I know I can be a good student. So,
It's time for you to
If you want to.
explain your career.
More about the school, where did you study and all those things. Which school you are studying, where you want to go, what is your ambition, all these things. You can
Favorite subject.
thanks.
maybe for your favorite teacher. You know.
What was
Your career, you explain your career.
And so I have been living in Mussafah for 10 years. Okay, when I was 5 years old, I came to Mussafah. And my favorite subject is maths, because you do it's more about the practicing than about memorization. And so
That's great. So, stand there.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
One or two you can, you know.
Toastmasters. Your subject is, the topic is, sometimes we are tested not to show our weakness, but to discover our strength. I repeat, sometimes we are tested not to show our weakness, but to discover our strength.
The topic master, fellow Toastmasters. Good evening.
Good evening.
If I get the subject right, sometimes we are tested not to show our weaknesses, but to show our strength. Well, yes, this is one of the techniques used during interviews. When people come to you, like for a job, because most of us are in senior position, during interview, usually you start asking questions not to show their weaknesses, because you are interested to get someone in your team, so you need to know what is his strength first. Sometimes your questions will go in that direction, but you also need to know both. You need to know about the person, about his strength as well as his weaknesses. But yes, sometimes the people around us are asking the question in a different style. Sometimes they want to know about our strengths, sometimes they want to know about our weaknesses, depending on whom you are talking to. If in our style, if you are talking about leaders, just explain my Toastmaster Aaron, leader will never go only to check on your weaknesses, because he wants to know about your strength in order to develop them more, to develop you. That's why he called the leader. But the other side, the manager or the boss, sometimes you need to know about your weaknesses. Maybe if you take it in a positive way, you may need to work on the weaknesses in order to develop them. But on the other side, we are not weak. So yes, sometimes we are tested to show strength other than weaknesses. Over to you.
One more?
Yeah, we can go one more.
Yeah.
One more symbol?
One more.
Wait for the
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Can you? Sorry? Thank you, Tibi, for coming here and tell us. your subject topic is, if you could visit any foreign country, where would you go and why? If you could visit any foreign country, where would you go and why? That you can see here.
Go to Thailand.
Good evening.
Good evening.
If I visit any country, I'll go to any forest because I love to visit forest. I love adventure trips. Love to see mountains, animals, and greeneries, especially natural beauties. And also, I like to visit beaches.
Beach is
Maybe
what?
some African countries.
It's not the country.
Yeah.
I like to
countries.
go decide
You are asking which country you will prefer.
maybe Africa.
Thank you.
Africa is a continent.
Continent.
It's a country.
Country.
Nigeria,
Kenya.
Yeah, like that.
You are from
Okay.
Kerala. A lot of modern beach. Okay, thank you. So, time is over.
So you can read out all the names.
Let me conclude this session here, and I would like to ask our timer the timing of each participants. Could you please?
Good evening to all.
Good evening.
Toastmasters, we will take 1 minute 22 seconds. Toastmasters Jamal, take 1
You are in
minute.
the reverse order? You are going in reverse order? Okay. Okay, fine.
Toastmasters Jamal, take 1 minute 55 seconds. DTM PO Anthony, take 2 minutes 9 seconds. Toastmaster Arun Kumar, take 2 minutes 28 seconds. Toastmaster Srinidhi, take 1 minute 9 seconds. Toastmaster Sanal, take 1 minute 51 seconds. Toastmaster Amal, take 1 minute 2 seconds. Toastmaster Puranrai, take 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Toastmaster Junaid, take 1 minute 43 seconds. Toastmaster Jamal, Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar, take 2 minutes 55 seconds. Sorry. Thank you.
All are
All
Thank you, now return the control of the meeting to Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you all participants. Now let us evaluate the debutant topic. Evaluation by Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day. It was certainly a very interesting session, right?
Yes.
We all opened up our mind on different subjects and come back to the same street. Somebody want to go to forest, somebody want to go to Africa. Somebody declared their love to mathematics, etc., etc. It happened.
24 hours today.
Yeah, 24 hours. Okay, so it was a very good session. What we need to improve on this is the habit of accessing the podium. You need to come here, the Toastmaster of the day should stand in this place and shake hand and fade away a little bit, and then you take.
That should be the right. That should be the way how.
Table topic speaker should use the stage.
Should use the stage. Not
Speaker
the
should, yeah. But
tabletop master.
table topic master, when he reaches the podium, how to take over the podium is like that.
The ideal way is you call the speaker on stage, shake his hand, and
We are
speak.
talking about table topic master.
Sound like, the Toastmasters will introduce the table topic master
Yeah, then
and take the podium.
take the podium. So that is it. Second thing is, the subjects needs a little bit clarity. Whenever you select a subject, it should be given to the speaker within a span of 10 seconds, not more than that. If you have a sentence which is consisting of 10 words, it itself will take time. Then he has to remember it again and find what is the core of that. Luckily, most of our speakers are well trained in this. They understood. But the guests, except
See, the right way of doing it is, as per Toastmasters manuals, the Toastmaster, the table topic master will announce the name, read out the subject twice,
yes,
then the name again.
then the name, yeah. The table topic master has to read it out twice, and then. So if you have a long sentence, 2 times reading is.
And it must be the proper tone for the speaker to understand what exactly the meaning is.
So that clarity need to be there. Then all of the subject topics were on philosophical management. The mental traits, etc., etc.
So
So
our subject is safe.
it should be diverse. It should be diverse. Yeah.
It was very intellectual topics.
Swami Vivek. Okay. Then 30 seconds for thinking should be reinforced every time when we introduce table topics. Okay. You should tell the speaker that there is 30 seconds. You can use that. And that will improve. From next time onwards, we should at least have 2 speakers, seasoned speakers, to show that, demonstrate that how we approach table topic. These are the suggestions only. But it was a very interesting session.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar, for your valuable remarks on table topic section. Maybe it's our subject is psycho, that's why you picked something. But fantastic.
We can just inform them how to do the voting, maybe for the.
So everybody vote on small screen, right, for voting. So please mention the best speaker, evaluator, table topic,
4th one.
and.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
It's not necessary.
Yeah.
So before coming to the next session,
You want to sleep, extra sleep?
let me conclude today's theme, psycho. I chose this subject purposefully because when psychological manners, when we hear this, we may think the person who is having dual personalities, who is mentally abnormal, or who is acting like something different or talking something different. Yes, this is the big signs which need medical treatments, medicines, hospitalization. But let us tell these small things which is also a psychological problems. As I mentioned before, one is sleeping problem. Second one is stress. Stress in your job life or problems in your family or personal life, which also lead to the small psychological issues. The symptoms are depression, being moody, and also being alone. Somebody, you can see that they don't want to go out and gather with anybody. They want to say, I just want to be solo, I want to be alone. This is a small sign of psychological problems. So what is the treatment? If we don't treat in time, it can be done ourselves. Treatment can be done ourselves. Identify the problems. The exercise is the best solution of small type of psychological problems. Exercise, go and party, like do some extra activities, like be with friends, partying, or attend the Toastmasters clubs, join. You have some relaxation from your job stress. And of course some kind of yoga or meditation programs, so you can relieve yourself and clean out your mind and everything. Okay, let us go to the next session. So I invite Mr. Toastmaster Puran Rai for delivering the World Master and the All-Rounder reports.
Counter is Toastmasters.
The dogs not changing.
So you can contribute your
Yeah,
mind.
one master. Yeah.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
The word of the day, I think, was not very popular today. It was not used as much as I had expected. But I think all the speakers were very articulate. The word was used, if I heard it correctly, 2 times by Toastmaster Rashid and 1 time by Toastmaster Dinesh. The others, I think, did not use that word. Now, talking about grammar, I think I would rather call it slip-ups rather than actual grammatical mistakes. Because when we speak fast, sometimes we make those mistakes. But from my observation, Toastmaster Arun, I think the tense is a problem because it should be took and not take, I think. So and so took, so and so minutes, not so and so take, so and so minutes, I think. Toastmaster Rashid, where he talked about, he introduced the topic psycho, I think he said the word derived from, I think the word is missing, so the word is derived from. And when he said, when I stand here, I think it should be when I stood here. And the word choose the subject, I think it should be chose the subject. Toastmaster Nofel, I think, have you heard, it should be not have you heard. Or and the next one is who ruled, I think not who was ruled. And he defeated, not he defeated. So this was the small slip-ups I noticed. Toastmaster Rajiv, if I heard correctly, I think you said he spoke well, I was not. I think he spoke well, I did not. I don't know, I think that was a slip-up there. The other one was, you said you name it jealous. I think you should be name it jealousy, if I'm correct. Right? Toastmaster Arun, I think you're saying that trying hard but not coming the way expected. I think trying hard but it was not coming the way expected. I think the word it was I think slip up there. Toastmaster Dinesh, you clearly knows. I think you clearly know. Right, so you clearly know. I think these were the few grammatical slip-ups I noticed today. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Puran. Very detailed, I know, Next report by All-Rounder Toastmaster Aji JC.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Here is my report. Toastmaster Rashid used the word 3 times. Toastmaster Arun Kumar used the word 2 times. Toastmaster Jamal Sidana used the word 4 times.
Toastmaster Muhammad Rasik used the word 6 times on 1 time. Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar used the word 2 times 1 time. Toastmaster Arun Manigattan used the word 3 times. Toastmaster Vivek Ayathan used the word 2 times. Toastmaster Sri Hindi used the word 3 times. Toastmaster Sanal Kumar used the word 4 times, 1 times. Moreover, he was saying actually 4 times. Actually, you are repeating his word actually. Then Toastmaster Amal used the word 2 times. Toastmaster Puranra used the word 1 time. Toastmaster Junaid used the word 1 time. That's all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ajit. And we have a double role player today again, Toastmaster Jamal Sidani for the quiz.
Toastmaster of the day. This is my final questions testing your listening skills. What was the message of thought of the evening by Toastmaster Arun Kumar? What was the title of the thought of the evening? Exactly. If there is a will, there is a way. What was the title or the message from the speech of Toastmaster Muhammad Razak? With the animal inside you, or the animal in you. What are the 3 steps of human development, which I cannot pronounce correctly? So I rely on you. Manisha. I know they have Manisha the last one, so you have to tell me the 2. Excellent. How to greet Japanese people? What was the subject of the table topic given to Toastmaster Sanal?
Goals make it visible. Make it invisible to visible.
Yes. Setting goals is the key to making the invisible visible. Toastmaster Junaid, what are his hobbies? Toastmaster Junaid.
Reading.
Yes, watching documentaries, reading book. And which sport he used to play? Badminton. Excellent. What are the consequences of lack of sleep? As per our
Depression.
depression.
Emotional.
What are the treatment of depression and psychological?
Joy goes party.
Okay. Yes. Going to party.
Meditation.
And meditation program or yoga. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jamal Sidani. So, any guest they can come and speak about your impression about the meeting.
How did you feel last 2.5 hours?
And,
What's the plan to continue with this?
so anybody
come forward
can
and
come and
Good evening again, everyone. When my colleague Mr. Dinesh was inviting for this, I was thinking something different. Some sort of, he told that it will definitely improve your English vocabularies as well as your speaking skills as well as your presentations and other things. But certainly after visiting here and involving myself, I feel that it is one of the best way to improve the English skills as well as when this gentleman was noting when you are using easily we can when we are speaking we will not make out, but someone there is a way to learn everything, and learning is not enough for everyone, and it's really a good opportunity for everyone, and I'm pleased to be a part of it, and would like to involve more and move forward in this.
So for an articulate speaker, so any guest who can come over and express your impressions? Anybody welcome and
what did you feel like, if you want to make a point, say, good or bad, whatever you feel like.
It's a good experience for me. I think also it's a good platform to grow skills, and there's some problems in body language also. It will be all developed. It will be a very good platform. I'm very happy to attend this section. I would like to attend more sections like this and improve my skills. Okay, thank you.
So we are running out of time, so I would like to invite, there is a presenting awards, but before that I would like to invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Pradeep.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome. Good evening once again.
Good evening.
It was indeed a fantastic meeting, captained by Toastmaster Rashid. So as we are heading towards the last part of the meeting, I'll make my evaluation notes as brief as possible. And I will try to comment on each and every role players. Starting with the Sergeant of Arms. The Sergeant of Arms had set the scene of the meeting very well. I observed that he arrived at almost 7:30. And it was just because of his meticulous efforts that we were able to start the meeting almost on time. Just 2 minutes slightly of 2 minutes. Today's presiding officer was TMPO. He made an important announcement about the Spentley Awards, and it was delivered in a very clear and impactful manner. Moving forward, to talk about the Toastmaster of the evening, mention about towards next we had Toastmaster Ajit Devasi playing the role of our counter. The report that you had made was very much supportive. The report included all the information specific to each participant, and it was very much thorough. So I'd like to request all of you to give him a round of applause. Next is the word master and the grammarian, Toastmaster Puran Rai. The word that you have introduced, it was very interesting. It was neither too difficult nor easy, and it was readily something usable on our day-to-day life. And the word of the day was of course presented clearly, effectively, and understandable with an understandable definition. And your report was also quite comprehensive. So let's also give a round of applause. So the next role player is Toastmaster Jamal. As always, his questions are appropriately challenging, and his questions did cover almost all the segments of the meeting. So let's also give him a round of applause. Next, we will move forward to Toastmaster Table Topic Master. I believe Table Topic Evaluator has commented about the Table Topic Master. But what I'd like to add is he made sure almost all members of the audience had participated in this table topic. Those who had no role did participate, or those who didn't have, or even those with small roles or big roles, all of them were given a chance. Everyone in this room had a role in this, or participated in this meeting. So for making that happen, I'd like to actually thank the table topic master. I'd like to give him a round of applause. Coming to
topic evaluator, Toastmaster Dinesh. So he has used a specific formula called CR, comment, recommend. He started with commenting the table topic master, followed by recommendations. So I'd also like to request you that we also make some, give some specific feedback to the table topic participants so that they can also use it as to make some actionable improvements. So for that, I'd like to give a round of applause to Toastmasters. Going to the speakers, the evaluators have done their job very well. The speakers have actually prepared and they have delivered well rehearsed, and their speeches were achieved the purposes in a very timely manner. As far as evaluators are concerned, we have two speakers, two evaluators. Both evaluators commented on how well the speakers achieved the objectives of the speech. The evaluators actually appeared sincere, positive, motivating, and very much enthusiastic. The evaluators also showed the speaker how to improve. Overall, it was a very effective evaluation, so I'd like to request all of you to give a round of applause to our evaluators. Last but not least, it is the Toastmaster of the evening, whom Toastmaster P always uses the term the captain of the ship. So in fact, you are the super captain of the ship. When I received this agenda, the first thing I noticed was the theme of the meeting, psycho. So I was thinking, are you a psycho? So when you started the meeting, okay, now I understood, okay, you brought this theme, you had some very good idea in mind, it was well prepared and delivered, and it blended with the content of the meeting. You did a lot of advanced preparations, you handled so many last minute changes in the agenda effectively. You kept the meeting on track, enjoyable, well run, and so on. So overall the meeting was conducted very smoothly. Now I will also give some recommendations that we may be able to incorporate in the future club meetings. First is the number of speakers that we had today was just 2. So ideally, if you need to run a successful club meeting, something which can captivate the attention of all the members, we should have a minimum of 3 to 4 speakers. So if we can take that into consideration, it would be nice. The next recommendation I'd like to make is if the Toastmaster, if he can lead in giving the applause when he's inviting the respective role players, that would be nice. So, like the guest, when they come forward for delivering any specific action, if you lead in delivering the applause, it will encourage the guests. They will increase the speed at which they will come to the podium. I think with that concludes the general evaluation session, and let's welcome back our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Raj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fajir Muhammad. Very good comment. Comment around maybe striking through. So we have the presenting awards, and I would like to invite Toastmaster Hero.
Okay. Okay. So we have got 4 categories, and this time we are going to have 4 winners on board. So who do you think who is the best assignment award will be the best assignment? Who will be the winner? We have many role players. Table topic, grammarian, webmaster, quizmaster, what else? Accounter, even the Toastmaster of the evening.
Thought is very
That is Ajit Devasi, Toastmaster Ajit Devasi. And now, who is the best table topic speaker? It's not me. I thought my name. So, we had a marathon, like on table topics. What happened? So, let's Toastmaster Purnamai. And who is the best evaluator? We are on 2. So who is the best out of that 2? I can't announce both. I wish. But this time it's going to Toastmaster Jamal. And here comes the bigger one. Who is the best speaker? We are on 2 again. My right or left? Again. Toastmaster. Thank you. So, over to Toastmasters of the evening again.
So, with this, I would like to call for the VP session for the next session. I'm handing over my podium to the Toastmaster P. Anthony on behalf of the president.
Okay. So before I adjourn the meeting, I will take the role players for the next meeting. So our next meeting falls on 23rd of this month again. So the second Monday from today. So who wants to be the Toastmaster of the evening, like Toastmaster Rashid did? Who wants to take that role? I think Toastmaster, I don't want to do, right?
Yes.
Great. Thank you, Toastmaster Rizin, for recommending his name. So without delay, let us try to have 4 speakers for the next meeting. If you are not sure, don't raise your hand, please. He is to a right, he will do it.
I will do
He never break his
Project 5.
1, 2. So you can have one more then.
Project 5.
Okay, well, let me note down the names. So you will be doing your project. Oh, okay. And you also 5. And Arun? Advanced. 4, right?
Yes.
And?
Advanced 2.
Very good. So I need 4 evaluators.
I can take 1.
1, 2. You are written down?
We are doing project 5 and 6. I completed only up to project 4.
That's not a criteria, you know. You are one of the senior most, the veteran Toastmasters, and you have most experience than anyone here, I think. So we'll see. I'll put your name as well. And we want one more. Okay, maybe okay. Great. So I need one more important role player, that is generally evaluated. Who can be the general evaluator? You tried. You did once.
I did once.
You did once. Or else somebody who can. Okay. Who can manage the table topic? Table topic. Great. And it's other role players. Timer. Maybe. Timer then. Wait, master. So any of your guests, this guest you are coming for the next meeting?
We have one senior guest, right?
Okay, so. That we will see, yeah? Yeah, those things will see. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I think we are almost on time. So I'll move to the next adjournment. How was the meeting altogether? So, it was a great meeting altogether, and thank you very much, especially to our guests. And I think it's the first time, how many guests we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guests. And I think in the history of Mussafah, it's the first time, I believe. And a special acknowledgement to Toastmasters.
Actually, there should be a special award for it.
Yeah. So, do you all wish to join Toastmasters? Yeah. So, he will explain you what is the proceedings, how to join the Toastmasters, then later we can. Okay? And you called me today actually. I was the person who took this, so I will call you back. Tomorrow we will listen. Okay? And on the recommendation what is given by our general evaluator, let us take it with a positive note about the speakers and the evaluators. And the Toastmasters of the evening should take the lead role to give appreciation and whatever to the speakers who is coming to the podium. Okay? With that note, let me close this meeting number 165. Thanks. We will have the snacks ready with the top tea. Both. Which do you want to select? You will tell me.